Alright, well hello everyone and welcome to today's gameplay stream. Today is Tuesday, December 22nd, 2015. Yes, I am Darkside Phil, and this will be the conclusion of Fallout 4. I see that people are joining the stream now that I've tweeted about it. It's a few minutes late today and I apologize for that. I'm going to get started with the pre-stream because I want to get into the game as soon as possible and make an honest effort here to finish up with Fallout 4 today, being that this is a playthrough that started on November 9th, and today is December 22nd. Quite the long, lengthy game. Tons of content, as you know, which I have really kind of painstakingly taken the time to go through and not really miss anything important. I purchased the strategy guide when the game came out, and I have been using that actively ever since, I'd say, probably early December, to try and get through and not miss any of the major plot lines and not miss any of the major stuff. Now, here or there were a few quests that I didn't do, and I know that. Unfortunately, a few of them didn't really trigger properly during the course of my playthrough here. And that happens with a huge open-world game like this. You're always going to have a few things that don't go right. For example, I know for a fact that there were 3 different detective cases that you're supposed to do for Nick Valentine in Diamond City. And I did the first one. But then I ended up finding the clue, I guess, for the second case out of nowhere randomly. And it didn't trigger that it was a detective case for him. It just said it was a mission. So I finished the mission. And now the third case never triggered. And because of that, unfortunately, I can never do it. If it doesn't trigger, I can never do it. It's funny because I know what it is. I looked it up in the guide. And it's like you need to find all these holotape logs for this particular person at police stations. And I actually found a bunch of them. I think I found like 5 or 6 of these holotapes, but I think there's like 10 or 12 total. The thing is, I don't have the quest for it. So even if I find all the tapes, I probably won't pass the mission. It's glitched out. So that's kind of the situation I'm in. There's a few quests here and there throughout the game that I really couldn't do because of various issues that happened. And listen, I also know that no, I did not do a 100% completionist run. I did not get every weapon. I did not get every magazine. I did get every bobblehead. And I am kind of happy that I took the time to do that. Because, you know, getting all the bobbleheads allows you to pretty much see all the major locations of the game. With a few exceptions. I do understand that apparently there's a few other places in the game that have super mutant behemoths, like the Swan boss that I fought a couple streams ago. And it's too bad that I didn't have a chance to find those yet. Maybe if people find a location of all of them, that my strategy guide unfortunately doesn't call that out. When I had the Fallout 3 strategy guide, it did, and that's why I went through the game. There was an achievement to kill all the super mutant behemoths. In this game, apparently it doesn't, for whatever reason. So I've done as much as I can, you know, and yeah, you know, I did as much as I can. I did as much side content as I could. All right. And basically, I've done, you know, I feel like I've done the game. I've given the game due diligence. Excuse me. I do. I feel like I've played the game long enough at this point. Holy shit, almost 2 months, right? Where I feel like I've done all the major stuff. And really what I want to do today on stream for the next 3.5 hours or so is finish up the Brotherhood plotline, which we're in the middle of right now. All right. Then I want to do the Minutemen side. And the way to do the Minutemen side is basically just piss off the Institute so they hate you. And then apparently the Minutemen missions will begin. So I need to do enough with the Brotherhood so that the Institute doesn't like me. And then I should actually trigger the Minutemen side of stuff. So that's pretty good. And I do also understand, apparently from what people have been telling me, that even though I am going for every ending, that there's actually other missions, like other scenarios that could happen. Like, for example, if you've been following along the playthrough, and excuse me because I've got some crazy nasal drip going on today, it's bothering me. But anyway, if you've been following along the playthrough, you saw that I completely destroyed the Brotherhood with the Underground Railroad. We flew in on a hijacked vertibird and we blew up the Pridwin. Apparently, if you completely side with the Institute from the get-go, alright, you'll kill off the Underground first. And then you team up with the Institute to take out the Brotherhood, which apparently has this really cool mission where you hack Liberty Prime, and Liberty Prime goes apeshit and kills all the Brotherhood. That sounds really cool. But, you know, that's kind of a what-if scenario, and that's not the scenario I went for. So, in that regard, I certainly haven't seen every single possibility in every mission, and the game still has a lot of replayability in that regard, where you can go back and redo missions from different perspectives. So, pretty interesting. I like that they did that with the game. That really, depending on who you side with, you could actually see different scenarios and things unfold, and there's big replayability at the end of the game as you go through all these different faction opportunities. So, here's the goal for today. Number 1, finish the game with the Brotherhood. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, finish the game with the Minutemen. Now, depending on how much time we have, because I don't know how long that's going to take, it could take an hour, and it could take the entire 3.5-hour stream. We may not even finish. Who knows? If we have some extra time, there's a few things that I would like to do. Number 1, I would actually, if possible, like to see if I could do that mission with the Institute where you take out the Brotherhood, but that's going to be time-consuming because I'm going to have to redo an entire other mission in order to do it and get to that point, so I don't know if we're going to get to that today. There is an Easter egg that 2 people messaged me about last night, and they said, Phil, did you know about this Easter egg? It's really cool. In particular, in regards to you, I guess, it's going to be, like, significant, and you should check it out. I didn't know about this Easter egg at all. So, now I know about it, so this is something that I will check out if we have time on the stream today. But today is kind of officially going to be the final Fallout 4 stream. If I need to do, like, another one this week, because I didn't finish with the Brotherhood or the Minutemen, I will, but I think that today we're going to wrap up the Fallout 4 coverage, alright? Now, also, FYI, today another batch of Zangief matches in Street Fighter V beta that I did on Sunday also went live. And FYI, tomorrow will be the final batch of those videos. So for those who've been watching those over the week, those are live on DSPGaming, and there'll be a final batch tomorrow, and that's going to wrap it up for Street Fighter V until the game goes live and releases at retail in February. So I hope you'll check those out. Later tonight, I'll be working on the year-end series. And what I mean by that is I'm going to try to write and record and do a lot of stuff tonight for the Christmas special. I already know exactly what the Christmas special is going to be. I just need to sit down and actually start recording and doing stuff for it now. So I'm going to be working on that tonight. So no gameplay later tonight after this stream because I'll be busy with that stuff. Okay. FYI, last night I spent 3 hours going through all of your nominations for the funniest moments of 2015. So, if you haven't yet, hundreds and hundreds of people have already. I believe some 500, 600 people already have checked it out. Over on the kingofhate.com forums, head over there and check it out. There's 3 threads. Well, actually, if you really just want to make it easy on yourself, I uploaded a video last night to DSPGaming, and I made it the highlighted video there. And in the description of the video, it has the links to all the threads for the voting. So check out the video. It'll explain. But please vote on what you think are the funniest moments of the year. You're going to have from now until the end of the year. So you've got about a week and a half to go check out all those moments. There's 27 of them. And I've conveniently, took me a long time to do it, but I conveniently linked all the videos with timestamps and everything into the threads. And I do want to say special shout out, thank you to Mighty Onyx, our webmaster and admin on the kingofhate.com, because he went in after the fact and he made it so that those videos will actually play from the moment of the funny moment. So you don't have to watch the whole video and skim through it to a timestamp. Apparently the video will just start playing at the timestamp, and he did that for me. I didn't even know how to do it. So shout out to him. But yeah. So that's all set up. Please head over there and start voting. 27 different moments for you to watch, and then you get to vote on whatever ones you think are the funniest. And yes, you can vote for more than one. It's not like you can only vote for one moment. There are 3 different threads on the forums for it, so please check them out. Take a look at the videos, watch, vote, and in a week and a half I'll be closing those polls, and that's going to be a year-end series in early January, okay? So, lots of stuff going on right now. It's holiday week, as everyone knows. Christmas later this week. Exciting stuff going on around that, right? Now, here's some good news for everyone. Since it looks like today I'm going to be finishing Fallout 4, this frees up some time for me later in the week. So what this means is tomorrow, as long as we finish Fallout 4 today, tomorrow I'm probably going to be checking out the Batman Arkham Knight Season of Infamy DLC, which from what I've heard, rumors about, from people who played it already, it's as short as an hour if you skip everything. You skip the side content, you skip the cutscenes, you just rush through it. It's an hour long. From what I'm to understand, if you take your time, it's 2 to 3 hours long, and it features all of the major villains, right? It's like 4 of the major villains from Batman Arkham Knight, and it's a good way to send off the game. So definitely, I want to check it out, especially because I bought the Season Pass, and since that initial DLC that came out way back in, what was it, July? Everyone after that's been crap. It's been a stupid skin for your character, or a skin for the Batmobile, or a fucking challenge map, or literally a 10-minute long mini DLC where Catwoman or Nightwing was able to be controlled. Really dumb. And it's been one of the worst season passes I've ever seen in my life. I'm pretty pissed that I bought the season pass, quite honestly, because it's been a waste of time. I've done none of that stuff because it's all garbage. So hopefully this season of Infamy DLC is good. And like I said, if we do finish up Fallout 4 today, I'll be doing that tomorrow. Now, I also am aware that apparently today, the 4th episode of Minecraft Story Mode is being released. I don't know how, those of you who've heard that, right? So, pretty crazy that there's so much coming out last minute, all right? Absolute last minute this year. So, yeah, Minecraft Story Mode Episode 4 apparently is out today. I don't know because I didn't confirm. I didn't go on my PlayStation 4 yet to see if it's available. If that's the case, I certainly would like to do that as well, right? And I would definitely like to do that either tomorrow or Thursday, Christmas Eve. But I want to confirm, first of all, that it's out, and I want to see how much time I have. So I would like to do it, and there's a strong possibility I'll be doing both the Season of Infamy and the Minecraft Story Mode episode in the next couple of days. Now, if we have a lot of time, what if, let's say tomorrow I do the Season of Infamy, and I finish it quickly, and then we do Minecraft Story Mode, that gets finished. That means that I'll have an extra gameplay stream on Thursday, Christmas Eve, that'll be freed up. If that happens, I'm going to do more Yakuza 5. But I don't want to make a promise to everyone that I'm going to do a big stream of Yakuza 5 unless we actually get to that point and I can confirm it. And I can't confirm it right now, but there is a possibility that we'll be doing some Yakuza 5 this week as well, okay? Now keep in mind, Christmas Day, you're going to see the Christmas special, and I'm going to be doing my WWE 2K16 Fantasy Holiday Simulation matches. So I'm going to be delving into the created wrestlers of WWE 2K16 to pull some of the nastiest things from the bowels of the internet to make some fantasy matches. And keep in mind, these are always a good time. People really love the fantasy matches. Last year it was unfortunate because I couldn't do many because they had screwed the game up to only have like 20-something created wrestlers, 25 I think. So I couldn't even do a fantasy rumble with a full amount of fantasy characters. This year apparently you can have 100. And starting tonight, I'm going to start jumping on PSN and downloading daily new characters to do in this Fantasy Sims coming out. I think there's a limit of like characters you could download every day. So I'm going to start downloading, tons of them nightly, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, boom, boom, boom. So I have them all for the Christmas Day fantasy simulations, all right? That's going to be fun. So Christmas Day, if you're around, Christmas special will be going live, and I'll be doing Fantasy Sims. If you're not available, don't worry. Check them out. The videos are going to be live on DSPGaming during the course of that day, and you can watch them at your own convenience. Don't feel like you have to take time out of your busy holiday to jump on a stream or whatever. I mean, I realize there's a lot of people who love to see this stuff live, but don't feel pressured. Listen, I'm fully expecting that day. There's not going to be a lot of interest, live anyway. Mods probably won't be around. I'm fully aware of this, and I'm okay with that. As long as you guys, when you get a chance, check it out on DSP Gaming and you enjoy it, that's all I care about, okay? And then, starting this Saturday, we're going to be doing Fan Appreciation every day. A stream of Fan Appreciation gameplay daily. So starting this Saturday, it's actually going to be, I'm trying to debate what I should do first, and I'm going to make this schedule soon, don't worry, so that people know exactly what days to play what games, so you know when to come out and, be available if you want to play a certain game. But we're going to be doing Halo 5, Metal Gear Solid Online, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and Star Wars Battlefront. So those 4 different things are going to happen Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Boom, 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 boom. 4 days of fan appreciation multiplayer, okay? And all those days I'll also be working on the year-end series. So you're probably around Sunday-ish, if not Monday, you're going to start seeing series like the most disappointing games of 2015 start to be released on DSP Gaming, along with the fan appreciation gameplay. Okay? And then, of course, after that, then we'll head into the year-end stuff. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but that's what's to expect the next several days, okay? I really don't have too much else to talk about. I want to get started because I'm late anyway, but I'll throw it out there. As you guys know, Your support means a lot to me, and being that right now I'm heading into a very uncertain time of my life, a very uncertain time for the business, the fact that I've done YouTube for 7 years, I've made a living doing it for 4, and I don't know what's going to happen come next month, simply because I just had a contract renegotiation with Machinima that seems very uncertain. I'm going to be launching new things next month, like increased vlogging and a new channel where I'm going to be doing edited style videos all the time. And I don't know what's going to happen. I would hope that it works out, right? But we don't know. So if you like what I do, you're enjoying the daily streams, you love the videos I put out daily, you're like, man, I love DSP's content, I want to see him continue to do this full time, I don't want to see a big reduction in what he does because he has to go get a job outside of YouTube, check out patreon.com/darksidephil. Consider pledging. Every pledge helps. As little as $1 helps. Because I've said this before, and I'll, of course, say it again. The most successful people who use Patreon, all right, have a bunch of people who give $1 a month. That's the God's honest truth. It's not that they have a bunch of people giving, ridiculous pledges like $100 a month. That's not the case. It's that they have thousands of people who really like what they do, and everyone gives $1, and then they don't have to worry about, oh, look, what did I make on YouTube this month, and what were the views on this video? They don't have to. They make the stuff they love. They don't have to worry about that shit, that pressure, And for me, it's different because I didn't really adopt Patreon, and I didn't adopt any other kind of funding until this year. I always was reliant on the YouTube view, the YouTube income. And a lot of other people kind of saw, they had the foresight. They did. They had the foresight to see that YouTube was changing, and that ad revenue wasn't what it was, and things were changing, and they went off and they found other revenue streams, like they sell merch and they do all this other stuff, and I don't do that. I don't. So, please, if you like what I do, consider pledging as little as $1. Not only do you get personal perks like getting text thank yous and shout outs and verbal shout outs in certain videos, and getting your own private Q&A video made, or getting your questions answered on my Ask the King show that I do at least bi-monthly. But in addition to that, the goal this month, which is a reward for people if we hit a certain funding level, all right, is another Rockathon. For those of you who saw the Rockathon, which I did in late November, the 7+ hour Rock Band 4 stream, people loved it. Absolutely, people thought that it was great, and it was something different outside of my normal comfort zone, and want me to do another one. So I'm going to do another one. And this time, the improvement over the last Rockathon here is that if you are a patron who pledges $5 or more this month, you're going to get premium forum access to thekingofhate.com. And because of that, you're going to be able to nominate and basically pick songs that I will be doing during this stream. The thing was, last stream, it was just kind of willy-nilly. I just did whatever, all right? But now, you'll be able to actually have input, and I'll go through things, such as the thread on the forum, and say, okay, I see a bunch of people suggested this song, I'll do this song. So that's the difference. So please check it out. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. You still have a week and a half to pledge. You have till the end of the year to pledge for it to count for this month, okay? But obviously, the sooner the better. The sooner the better, because then I will be able to say, wow, looks like we're really going to hit the goal. Right now, it's uncertain. Right now, we're right around the goal level. But traditionally, every month, there's a bunch of people who get declined. And I guarantee you there's going to be several $100s of pledges that get declined. So right now, it's very uncertain if we're going to hit the goal level for this month or not. If we get some more pledges in there, then I could feel a little bit more, a little bit more settled in and a little bit more confident about it. But the thing is, I don't want to say that we've hit it, because back in September, I made this big mistake. All month, I was confident. I was like, we're going to hit it, we're going to hit it. And it was the last week of September, and we weren't going to hit it. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I'm an idiot. I should have said that all month. And then we got a few last-minute pledges, and we did hit it. But, that's the thing. I can't be overconfident. I have to always believe that there's a possibility that we're not going to do it. You know what I mean? Someone in the stream chat just said, you don't sell merch? I'm pretty sure I've seen you plug your Cafe Press site. Well, that must have been about 4 or 5 years ago, because I haven't talked about Cafe Press actively in years. I haven't updated the merch on there since 2012. Actually, I think it was 2011. It's all very old shit. It's stuff that's not even pertinent to today anymore. And I don't make any money on it anyway. I make like $1 per item. So, yeah, if 4,000 people flushed in there and were buying t-shirts like crazy, maybe I would start plugging. But Cafe Press is a dead thing. It's there just because it's there. And I'm not going to close it because there's no cost to me. But no, Cafe Press, I don't consider it merch. I've explained it many times in the past. The only reason I ever had that was because people asked me for merch. It wasn't because I wanted to sell merch to make money and support my business. No. It was because people wanted merch. They were like, Phil, it's Christmas and I want to get a t-shirt for my friend or my brother or whatever, you know. And, you know, people wanted something that was just to share. That was me, a mug or a stein or whatever. I never made any significant money off of that, and I certainly never spent any time really plugging Cafe Press. It was just something that was out there years ago. And at this point, Cafe Press is so outdated, almost no one uses them for stuff anymore when it comes to stuff like this. Like, everyone's using stuff like Teespring and these other merchandise companies. No one uses Cafe Press. If you are interested in that kind of stuff, maybe next year I'm looking to possibly do something with Teespring. Because, as I said, you know, I was one of the few YouTubers for a long time that relied solely on YouTube income. Views, ad revenue, yada, yada, yada. And in 2016, it's not possible anymore. It's just not. That's why all the people who you follow on YouTube who do this full time have other revenue streams like Patreon, or they've got merch they sell or whatever. That's why. It's just not consistent anymore. It's not. So. Alright, so everyone, thank you. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's get started with 3.5 hours of Fallout 4, the end game. This should be great. Hopefully you enjoy it. The conclusion of Fallout. Here we go, everyone. Thank you, and let us begin.